Millions of Britons are struggling with the ongoing cost of living crisis. And now a think tank says that UK households are facing an average tax rise of more than $4,200. According to the Institute for Fiscal Studies, the current forecast suggests that the Conservative Party is set to raise around $123 billion more annually by 2024 in tax, when compared to pre-2019 levels. UK's leading economists also added that in 2024, tax revenue will amount to about 37% of Britain's national income. The IFS also said that no government has presided over a bigger increase in taxes than the current one. Now, the report comes as the UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is set to attend one of the most challenging Tory annual conferences in recent years, surrounded by several issues and U-turns. However, before the autumn session, Sunak may also consider new tax cuts in order to meet the government's self-imposed targets for the public finances. The Labour Party, meanwhile, has criticised the Conservative Party of failing to grow the economy. Earlier, Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves ruled out introducing a wealth tax ahead of the general election. Well, for more on this, we're joined by Mark Brolin, economist and geopolitical strategist and author, joining us live from London. Mark, it's quite a potent combination, a lack of growth in the UK economy and a tax burden at an all-time high. Give us your assessment on the state of the UK scenario in terms of finances.
Well, it's quite an irony that actually following Brexit, the UK has turned more into the rest of Europe than less, because now the tax levels are about average. And as you mentioned, it's perhaps not the highest increase ever during a parliament, but it's the highest apparently since Clement Attlee post-war in the late 1940s. And one key reason for this is, of course, that has to be pointed out, which IFS does as well, is the pandemic. And they also point out that there is a catch-up effect, because since 2008, the UK did not increase taxes as much as the rest of Europe. So that also plays into this. But that's not all, because we have other cost items that have risen considerably. And one of them is related to health and demographics, which is not a good demographic situation, similar in the rest of Europe. Then we have, of course, the defense has gone up as well. And so it's a dire situation. And as you're saying, it's politically toxic as well. And it's playing into the hands of Labour, because now they can say that the Conservatives no longer has a big advantage. They are no longer the party of low taxes.
But does this all point to tax cuts before the general election as a way of the Conservative Party trying to perhaps strike a different tone than the Labour Party?
So that's the major dividing line within the Conservative parties. We have seen so many battles within the Conservative Party over the last years, and the major battle right now is exactly relating to this one. So we have one faction which likes to call itself the faction of prudence, represented by Sunak and Jeremy Hunt, of course, and they are saying that you can't really the cost items or the sums have to add up, so you can't lower taxes before you have actually found ways to pay for what you spend. And then we have the other faction, which likes to call itself the faction of entrepreneurship, that says you really can lower taxes before, because there will be dynamic positive growth effects, so it will pay for itself. And these two factions are very much at war, but there will be internal pressures now during the party congress, and perhaps it will probably be some sort of political amorphous compromise, saying that we will try to lower taxes as fast as we can, but with no firm commitment. I think that sort of seems likely right now. It's playing into the hands of Labour, also in the sense that many traditional Conservative voters are so disappointed with the party that have actually left politics altogether, so they've stopped voting. So that's also a major benefit for the Labour Party.
Yes, it's going to be fascinating watching the party conferences unfold over the coming weeks. Mark Brolin, economist, geopolitical strategist, many thanks for your insight.
Pleasure.